tell you something happened on Friday. You know how you can go to CVS or whatever to get your stuff, but now with Amazon, it's just so much easier, right? So I'll ask my wife. I'll say, hey, can you order me these eye drops, which I can go get at CVS, but lately we would just order them from Amazon. And she goes, yeah. So I get these 2 different kinds of eye drops, and she ordered for me last week. And then on Friday when I got off the show, I went home and there was the envelope that it comes in Amazon, and it was empty. And she said, oh, I thought you took the eye drops out. And I said, no, I didn't. And the envelope was at the front door, empty.
Weird. What?
Yeah. Right.
Like they never sent it?
Well, so we're trying to figure out.
Did somebody steal them?
Did someone steal the eye drops, right? Or did maybe the envelope wasn't sealed properly and they fell out on the floor of the Amazon driver? And then it was kind of like, how do you investigate that? So I didn't do it. I don't know anything about that. So she gets online and figures stuff out, and Amazon was just like, well, we'll resend it to you. But I was like, just call the driver and see if they're on the floor. You know, if they fell out. But it's like, it's such a massive company, and it's such a, like, they could either deliver to you in the truck, or a person just does it in their own car. We have no idea who dropped it off or whatever. Or, you know what I mean?
There's like an Amazon hub right by my house, and on my way home, I always get stopped at the light where they're like, all of their delivery trucks are leaving, and there's like 15 of them leaving at once.
Right.
Just at one time. Figure like that, and then you think about like, that's just like 2 minutes of the day.
Yeah.
You think about how many of them go out in one day, and that's just one hub.
Right.
I know. So there's no way they're going to find my eye drops.
No way.
No.
It's easier for them to go, we'll just send you more.
That's why they're like, we're not going to take time trying to figure out where these eye drops are.
Right.
Yeah.
No time.
So then on Saturday, we go to there, there's this place we go. It's a Red Mountain weight loss, right? This diet place. We go get our shots. You get the shot of RM3, which is like a fat burner, and a vitamin B shot. And, we meet people all the time that listen to the show, or maybe have been on the show for War of the Roses. Like I remember, I was at this basketball tournament. This guy came up to me, and he was the guy on War of the Roses. And then, you meet people we've touched with Christmas Wish, or lots of people through Love Pup. But this one had never happened before. I walk into the nurse's office, and she's going to give me a shot. So my pants are down.
Oh.
And she's like, do you guys still do Stinky the Elf? And I go, Stinky the Elf? She goes, yeah, Stinky the Elf where the kids talk to Santa Claus? And I go, yeah, we still do that. She goes, that was me. She goes, Stinky the Elf talked to me. And I go, what? Like, I'm looking at her, I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, Stinky talked to my sister and me. And I go, Santa Claus talked to you. And she goes, yeah, yes, Santa Claus and Stinky. And I go, man, Stinky must have traumatized her for her to remember that she talked to Stinky the Elf, but not Santa Claus. And she goes, yeah.
That's why I ended up in the medical field.
She's like, my sister and I wanted hamsters. And I go, well, you must have been a bad kid for your parents to put you through to Stinky the Elf or to Santa Claus. And she's like, it was my sister. But then they patched the phone over to me for a little bit. Oh. I'm like, okay. And then, boom, she sticks me with a needle. And I was like, wow.
How bizarre.
I walk out with my wife, and I was like, man, I've never met an adult that was a part of Brat Patrol.
Yeah. But did she got scared straight? She's in the medical field.
Exactly.
They hired
exactly what I said.
It worked.
It's exactly what I said.
Something similar happened to me this weekend. Kind of like that. So I had my annual lady part.
Your
doctor appointment, my
well
check, right? And I'm going through, and I hadn't been in a while. I've been in college, so I've been all over the place, right? Getting my doctor's appointments. I'm finally back living in back home, and I'm like halfway through, right? So when you have your wellness check, right? They do the stirrups, they do a whole bunch of stuff. You're getting checked out. She's like, oh, you're good. And she's like, hey, we don't have any insurance on file for you. And so I was like, okay, here, let me give you my insurance card. And it has my iHeart little logo. You can tell that I'm an iHeart employee on my insurance card. She's like, oh, what do you do for work? And I was like, oh, kind of telling her, not really wanting to tell her because she just, was all up in my junk right now. And she was like, I finally was like, oh, yeah, I'm on a morning show. She started putting it together. She was like, oh, my gosh. I heard you on the show in the morning. It was the most awkward thing in the entire world because it was like, you were just all up in my junk, lady. That is terrible.
That is when people are going to recognize you.
Yeah, it was
right
awful.
there.
It was terrible.
Well, at least it wasn't when you were in the stirrups, and she's like,
oh, that would have been
she's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're like, you didn't have to say it twice. She's like, I didn't.
Be grateful that it was a wellness check and there wasn't problems.
No, for real. For real. That would have been so awkward.
Oh my gosh.
It was a problems check.
Yeah, seriously.
It
was really awkward.
I was going to the doctor one time. They were giving me a prostate exam, and the doctor was giving me put his finger, and then in there. Remember this, Rich? I told you this. I remember this. Rich, like Rich was there, but I told him the next day. And he's got his finger, and behind me, he's got his ears behind me. He's talking in my ear, and he says, "Have you seen the new Star Wars movie yet?" He says that in the back of my ear as his finger is.
No.
I know, this is exactly how it sounded. Like, have you seen the new Star Wars movie yet? And I was like,
How about just speed up this process?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Thank you.
I'd be like, hey, can you just focus on the task at hand? Then we talk about Star Wars when you've retreated your
By
finger.
the way, I'm going to ask you guys if you've seen this documentary, and I'm pretty sure nobody has, even Grant, who's seen all documentaries, because it's on the Discovery app, and I just happened to get this app a couple days ago. The documentary dropped on Friday. Any of you guys watch the history of Viagra? No.
You were correct. The answer is no.
I saw the movie, that came out. Was it Sex and Other Drugs with Anne Hathaway? And that was a great movie.
That was about Viagra?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
It's amazing.
Well, this documentary, it's a 3-part documentary, and I just was bored. I just pressed play, started watching it, and it was so fascinating. But what's so fascinating about this documentary is it becomes the biggest drug in the world, right? Ever. No drug has ever been as successful as this drug. And it was a mistake. That's the part that's so So they give this drug, they're trying to fix heart problems. And they're testing out these guys with these drugs, saying, fix your heart. And they have this whole test that I think there's like 5 guys they give this drug to. And they're like, how do you feel after a whole night in the lab? And they're like, we feel fine. Anything in your heart. And they fill out these forms. They're like, anything else you want to say after and the guy's like, anything else about the drug? Because it's causing heart issues to help with clogged hearts. And they're like, one guy goes, I did have an erection. And then the other guy goes, me too. And then the third guy, me too. And the fourth guy, me too. And then it's like, what? And then the woman, the nurse during the studies, like writes down this on these 4 clipboards. And then they do this other study, and every single person kept getting these boners.
Oh my gosh.
And they're like, wait a minute, this is supposed to be for heart problems. And then all of a sudden it just turned into this massive frigging thing, and it's the biggest drug of all time. Like, it was fascinating. 3-part documentary. Wonderful. I highly, highly recommend it.
Okay. All right.